Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got a fun video for you about marriage vows and marriage counseling, and I can't do this one alone. Today I have with me my wife, JWO Designs, and we are going to be reading from our pre-marriage counseling book, Journey into Oneness. We recently rediscovered this while cleaning up, and these answers have been interesting, but Jessica, would you like to explain to them what this book is and why we initially filled it out?
Well, the reason why we had to do these is because we wanted to get married in my church that I grew up in. And the requirement to get married in a church, especially where we were from, that we had to do pre-marriage counseling.
Yeah, we gotta iron out these problems early before we have them, right?
Yes.
So, let's see what our answers were and how different they were about how our future life would be.
Also, another reason why we're doing this is our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Yep, somehow we've managed to stay married through the highs and lows of YouTube and other things for 10 years. I'm kind of surprised by that, to be honest, given the unusual trajectory of our lives. You're going to see some much more conservative answers in these books about what our future was going to be, but we're still together. And without making you wait anymore, let's see what some of these answers are like. Okay, so we found two good ones pretty early on here. There's a question that says, how do you believe your future mate will help fulfill your physical needs, which include finances and sex?
Well, my answer is we will go into it together and work together to learn, to understand, and work and grow.
Mine was nurse equals dollar signs. She is good at saving money and is quite the looker. The next question we had is, how does your future mate fulfill or complete your emotional needs?
Well, my answer is he is a key or like a building block to mine and our emotional needs. It feels incomplete without him.
He is patient, loving, and generally encourages me when I'm planning dumb stuff. I know, but these are funny though.
Oh my god, all yours are funny because yours is fucked up.
Okay. Well, you know, we're just gonna leave that in there and we're gonna read a few of these, okay? So there's a whole section of this book about home life. Describe your home life and what's it like. Jessica's here is all relatively wholesome, normal stuff. I've got a whole section of this that says, what do you appreciate most about your dad? And my answer is, he still loves me even though I testified against him in court. Describe your parents' relationship with each other. Divorced, mutual hate, with rare violent outbursts in meetings. Oh my god. What do you like most about your mom? She took beatings so that I wouldn't have to, even when I deserved it. Whoa, these are a little crazy. Let's move on to a perhaps more wholesome one that Jessica found. Would you like to read it?
This one is, what strengths do you have because of your upbringing that will help you in your marriage? My answer is, more apt to communicate issues than argue after seeing how my parents handled theirs poorly.
So mine actually was very similar. It said, understanding bad relationships and knowing the value of solving problems early, which for the most part I think we do. I think we don't let things fester for a long time. Do we?
No.
We're more of a rip the band-aid off kind of couple.
We're like, I have to talk about it.
Yeah, but for her, it's like something bad will happen and she'll be like fuming, like mad. And I'll be like, okay, let's talk about everything. And she just like steam coming out of her ears. I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna do mine first here. What weaknesses do you have because of your upbringing that might be a problem in your marriage? And the answer I put was extreme distrust, paranoia, and lack of experience with positive relationships in any capacity.
Mine is hot-tempered, stubborn,
Yep.
not as nurturing.
Yep. You nailed yourself on that one.
Okay, this is a great one. What attracted you to your future mate?
Well, I wrote on mine, at first it was looks, but later I found our values and attitudes were similar. Similar enough to like, but different enough to love. What was yours?
Mine said he was friendly, funny, personality was not what I expected / known.
What did you expect?
Weird.
Weird. Well, you got a YouTuber. It's
It's
perfect.
still weird.
Aw. We have a very simple one here. It says, list 2 reasons why you want to get married. She has like a bunch of stuff. Mine says, I love her. And the other blank says, do I need another reason? Oh, hold up. There's like a whole section in here about previous marriages. How many times have you been married? How many times have you been widowed? Why did you terminate your last marriage?
Yeah, one's learning from the past.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh, these
All
are
right.
great.
Okay. So it says, your spouse spends $1,000 on your credit card without your knowledge. What do you do about it, Jessica?
Well, Mine says, it would make me a little suspicious. We would meet together and ask what was the reasoning for using $1,000 without my knowledge before reacting.
Oh, you're gonna love my answer.
Oh, it's so.
I would look at online banking to find out exactly what the money was spent on. If it's something necessary, I say nothing. If it's something unusual, I will ask her what it is spent on. If she lies to me, I will pretend to believe the lie and continue to snoop and see if there are further lies that can be revealed. If it is a cash spending and there is no online banking trace, then I will just choose to trust her. I feel like my answer is a lot more thorough.
I guess.
I get to be, I don't have to, lie. I can just, well, actually, if I pretend to believe a lie, that's a lie through deception. It's only a little bit of lying.
Uh-huh. All right, so the next question is, within 2 years after you're married, your spouse gains more than 30 pounds. New clothing is required. How do you react to this?
Well, that funny story, that's happened to both of us at different times. I wrote down, mandatory exercise and diet is required. We will all be old and ugly eventually, but there's no need to get there too fast.
Oh my God. I would worry about their health. Tell him I have noticed he's gained weight and worry about health and that we should work out together.
Aw, you do care.
This whole section is pretty great. It's the communication section. So the next one is, your birthday passes without any acknowledgement by your spouse. What do you do?
Mine was, it'd be sad, but I'd let it go without saying anything. I'm not going to complain about a lack of special treatment.
Mine said, I would feel upset. Would tell Brad that it was my birthday and ask if there was a reason why he forgot.
See, but elephants don't forget. I take her to Europe for her birthday. She doesn't get to complain. This one I think is super funny. It says, your spouse is becoming too friendly with a member of the opposite sex. Interesting that they didn't say same sex here, but funny how, anyway, it's church stuff. What do you do about it? I said I would watch her closely and ask deceptive questions. I wouldn't tell her who she can and can't be friends with, and jealousy isn't my thing, but I would desire to know more about this relationship. This seems like some really oxymoronic answers, doesn't it?
Well, mine is, I would feel jealous.
You just went straight to jealousy?
Yeah, mention to Brad what I've noticed and explain I felt jealous and I did not want our relationship to fall apart.
Would you be jealous if I was with another man? Elaborate.
I don't know.
Another handsome man.
Oh, very handsome.
My favorite comics are coming to life. Look at you. Now you're turning pink. Everybody knows you love Yahweh. You can't deny it. These are all way too wholesome and overlap. These are our feelings being about the same. Oh. Okay. So since this is church related, it's more of like a focus on the man's income kind of thing. And there's a future planning session here, section of it. And it says, what will be the husband's immediate employment? And I wrote down YouTube, and you wrote down
machinima.com, question mark?
Machinima. You remember when we made machinima videos?
Wow, that felt like...
Hey, you came with me on a trip out there.
Oh my God, I can't believe you did it.
How many machinima videos have you helped make over the last couple of years?
I really don't. Hundreds, maybe?
Thousands? I don't freaking know. Will the wife work outside of home? And I said, yes, full-time night nurse already has a position. Interesting on this one, it says, what geographic area would you like to live? I wrote down, not Mississippi, and maybe mountains in Flagstaff. What did you write down?
I also said mountains, Flagstaff, Arizona.
That's where we went on our honeymoon. It was a lovely place.
It's really nice, but it's expensive to live there, apparently.
How will you decide what kind of vehicle you will purchase? How will we do that?
Oh God. My answer was, when one vehicle stops working, gas mileage, practicality, or price.
So we did that, but then Jessica, what is the most recent vehicle that we purchased and why did we purchase it?
Well, because my car was basically dead.
Yeah, because that's our, we had a question on here. It's somewhere it's when will you get a new car? And it was when it breaks down and doesn't even run, but so that was not the last vehicle we purchased. What is the most recent vehicle that we purchased, Jessica?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah, and why did we purchase the Cybertruck? Because it's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Like you guys that are watching the video, you all agree the Cybertruck is hilarious, right? It's gonna be so fun to drive that thing around town. Let's see. Ooh, here's a funny one. Who will do the yard work? I said mostly me. What did you say?
Who will do the yard work? Brad.
Guess who does the yard work?
It's me.
Yeah, I don't do any of that.
How often will you eat out? Often.
Yeah, I also put down often. How often will you go on vacation? I put down as much as possible.
I said depends on vacation.
Well, here's a brutal one. So we got married near the end of college, right? And it says list 2 past mistakes that you made when handling finances. One of the mistakes I wrote down was Mississippi State University billed me an extra $3,000 for tuition 1 hour before the end of semester, then closed down the student services building and I was bankrupt. Yay, college life.
Mine was renting a house after graduation with no job. Pretty bad.
So that was a weird time. I would say it was really her. You had government benefits and food stamps and all that kind of stuff. And I was still in college, so I had like Linton buttons for money. But I would drive to her house that she rented and we used the government benefits, and she used it super efficiently. She would buy like all the discount meat, all this rice and vegetables. And I probably ate better on government benefits with you cooking than I just did generally like with my money. And what was amazing, he was on benefits for 3 or 4 months, got a job, went to go tell the center that, okay, I'm back on my feet, I don't need this anymore. And they were like, what? They were like, they just gave her like 6 more months of benefits for free, and it's like, enjoy them, save up, don't come back. How would you like to spend your first Thanksgiving and Christmas together? Jessica, how would you like to spend your first Thanksgiving or Christmas with me?
I said quietly, no drama, rather not be at work.
I wrote down a period of intense chaos, dread, paranoia, and then followed by depression. My holidays with my family are and were nerve-wracking. I want a peaceful holiday just with Jessica alone. So I guess it's kind of the same answer. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna let you take this one. This one's beautiful.
Okay, so one question is, what most often causes you to become angry? Well, here's my answer. It says not doing something right that is simple and should not have mistakes, demeaning words, and insults.
So basically everything that I do, because I'm a messy worker and I screw stuff up all the time, and I have a big mouth, so you should bookmark. I think we're gonna come back around to that one later. Mine says, what most often causes you to become angry? People talking down to me as if I am nothing. Yours is like a lot more intense. What do you like to do in your free time? Eat, walk the fat dog, watch Netflix, shop, and visit friends.
Mine said watch movies, talk about random events, and take walks.
It's funny because now you hate walking because we live in Texas and it's
so
like a
hot.
million degrees. Do you have any health problems? I wrote down no. Funny how that one worked out.
Yeah, same.
Oh, whoa. Here's one. Have you ever had treatment for any mental disorder? I wrote down yes. ADHD, major depressive disorder, paranoia, insomnia.
I said no. This was before I went to seek help for anxiety and depression.
How often do you plan to be in church after getting married? As much as Jessica makes me go, was my answer. Nothing upsets me like being spoken down to as if I am stupid from a person in a position of complete ignorance. Oh, that is very specific.
Mine said nothing upsets me like when Brad is upset or things are not going right.
Feelings are hurt when I'm not listened to. How can you best meet the #1 need of your future mate? And I wrote down, just be honest. This answer is pretty simple.
Well, mine is be there when Brad needs an ear to listen and a voice to lend a helping hand.
Aw, that pretty much wraps up our book together. So as you can see, we clearly were perfect for marriage together. I think that this would, if this were a test, I think that our little books, we probably would have scored about 10 out of 10 on these little guys. I can just imagine the pastor reading some of these answers side by side and saying, yes, I will give my blessing to this couple. This is
yes, I will marry
perfect.
them.
I love the answer about you get most upset when things aren't done right. And I'm just having flashbacks like 10 years of me not doing things right and you getting super upset about it. Everybody on YouTube probably thinks that I'm like super smart and perfecting and calculating, but I'm a very messy worker and I screw around with a lot of things just to see what'll happen. She's holding back.
With absolutely no planning.
I can't wait until we take our vacation this year. She doesn't know it, but one day she's gonna wake up and she's gonna have 45 minutes to pack to go to another country. And it's not gonna be something easy like Europe, it's gonna be really far away. What do you think about our Journey into Oneness books together? Do you think it was a good match, or do you think that pastor was just very patient with us?
I really think he's probably heard much worse stuff.
Really?
I think so. I don't know.
Then again, there's a lot of like sections in there about how many times have you been divorced before, or There's like a box you can check. I'm only getting married because a baby is involved.
Yeah. There was one like that. I was like, wow, okay.
Like whole sections that we didn't have to fill out. Or there's like a section of how many credit cards do you have and how much debt do you have? Because the area that we did this in was pretty poor. So the average, I'd say like 4 or 5 credit cards, and people would juggle them like crazy. So it probably been really weird to counsel a couple that didn't have very significant debt. Well, that's kind of all there is for this video. I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here. And instead of doing my standard outro, how about we end this one with a kiss? You want a kiss? Yeah! Okay, how about a real kiss?
No.
I'll do a real one. Look, I can't even tell. Ow! No, that's a painful one. Let's do this. See? Perfect.